All right, happy Monday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with a look at your forecast on Plus. We do a little bit of a deeper dive here over the next 10 minutes, just talking about our weather here at home and also what's going on in the tropics. So, let's just start with the obvious. It's still pretty muggy out there, still kind of feeling more like August than September. Temperatures running above normal as well in the mid-90s. That warmth and humidity you'd think would kind of spark off more rain activity, but so far things have been mainly dry. It's just an isolated chance for any showers here as we go through the next 7 days. And on top of that, the tropics are quiet for now, which is crazy considering that we are at the peak of hurricane season right now. We are keeping our eye on one wave, and we'll do a deeper dive on that coming up here in just a little bit, but that is not expected to make impacts here in the United States. So in terms of any landfalling tropical systems here in the U.S., we are dead quiet, and I hope that we stay that way as we go through the next few weeks. Beautiful shot there of the skyline this evening. 93 was your high temperature today, right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. We woke up at 73, so, when we compared to average, 2 degrees above normal on both fronts. Overall, not a bad day, just running slightly above average, but overall it is somewhat of a typical mid-September forecast for us. I do think our temperatures will start to run a little bit warmer though as we head through the next few days. Sunset tonight was at 7:26. Here's a look at what's coming up for Tuesday. We'll start off in the mid-70s. So again, overnight temperatures with the higher humidity running just a little warmer than normal. This time of year, we should be low 70s in the city and then 60s for the suburbs. I think everyone, for the most part, will stay in the 70s overnight. Mid 80s through mid morning. We'll get to about 90 degrees at lunchtime, and then we should make it into the low, maybe mid 90s in a few spots as we get through the afternoon. A lot of sunshine, though, coming up for us. Maybe just a stray shower chance for the afternoon and the evening, but that's pretty much it. So a couple clouds out there for tonight. We'll call it warm and muggy, but really it's been worse, so it's not too bad for the day on Tuesday. High pressure still in charge, mix of sunshine and clouds. Again, maybe just a stray shower chance. I think the best possibility for that will be out towards Chambers County and Liberty County and then down towards the coast. Getting into Wednesday, more of the same, mainly sunny and mainly dry as well. A weak cold front comes into the panhandle for Wednesday. That's not going to get anywhere close to us. Over the next 7 days, we are pretty much staying in a rinse and repeat forecast here all the way through the last official week of summer. So here are the rain chances getting into tomorrow, only a 20% chance. I think we'll go dry then for Wednesday and Thursday, maybe back to an isolated chance again on Friday and then dry getting into the weekend. So all in all, 10% rain chance or less for Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then just isolated chances outside of that. Here it is on Future Track for Tuesday morning. Weather looks beautiful. A lot of sunshine to start. We'll see a couple clouds at the coast. Maybe a stray shower or two. I think it's by the afternoon, so 3, 4, 5 o'clock, that we see that 20% chance kind of come to fruition. There's what I was talking about out towards Chambers County, kind of drifting in off the Gulf, drifting in from Louisiana, maybe 1 or 2 up towards the Livingston area. That's going to be it for our rain chances on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, again, we'll start off with a lot of sunshine. That sunshine will translate to temperatures jumping pretty quickly. We'll be in the mid-80s by mid-morning and then eventually to 90 degrees by the afternoon. Wednesday, I think we actually stay dry, though. I think the ridge of high pressure in the higher levels of the atmosphere will be working to keep a lid on rain chances. That means a little bit warmer, though, mid-90s here as we go through the middle part of the week. All right, in the tropics, we've got this wave. We're keeping a close eye on this. High odds of developing within the next 7 days. Realistically, it'll be in the next 2 to 3 days that we see a system come out of this thing in the middle of the Atlantic. And then from there, it kind of drifts off towards the north and west. We've actually designated this now, or the Hurricane Center has designated this as an invest wave. So it is Invest 92L. What does that mean? Basically, when we get this designation of an invest, it's the National Hurricane Center's way of saying there's a feature that we're watching. It doesn't have a closed area of circulation set up yet. It's not at the strength of being a tropical storm yet. It's kind of got all those characteristics that are right before you get to the point of defining it as a tropical system. But when they give it that designation, it allows them to run computer simulations on it. So each one of these lines here, the spaghetti plots, represents a different model outcome for what this thing can do. And you can see they're actually all in really good agreement that this will eventually track from west-northwest straight north and west through the middle of the week, and it'll just continue that track, passing well north of the islands here by the end of the week and the weekend. So no threats to land over the next 7 days for whatever this thing turns into. On our model plots, we have it highlighted here. Watch what happens here the next few days as it tracks through the Atlantic. Notice we get that closed area of circulation, and eventually we see more and more lines here. So a deepening area of low pressure, probably a hurricane by that point, as it starts that curve off towards the north and west, and then eventually to the north and east, passing by Bermuda. This is towards the middle of next week, though, so we have a lot of time to watch and see what this thing does. We take our two computer models, the American and the European. Both are in very good agreement that this thing goes to the north of the islands here by this coming weekend. They're also both in very good agreement that we've got two pretty decent looking systems in terms of intensity. Remember, the more lines you see here, the stronger that system is. And so by Saturday, by Sunday, it looks like we've got some decently strong agreement in the models of exactly where this thing will end up and how strong it may be. Again, it'll be something for areas on the East Coast and out towards Bermuda to watch. I wouldn't turn our back on it yet for the Caribbean, but again, indications are at this point that it curves towards the north and eventually northeast. For your Tuesday, if you're traveling into the northeast, weather looks mixed. I would say up into New England, interior portions of the northeast and the Great Lakes, from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, up towards Maine, weather looks fine. Down in the south, a little different. An area of low pressure off the East Coast will kind of make its way onshore through Virginia. So more cloud cover and shower chances south of New York, getting into Philly, D.C. and Richmond. Temperatures on the cooler side in the 60s and 70s. For the southeast, weather's beautiful. A lot of sunshine. Still kind of muggy out there, but maybe just a stray shower or storm chance. Most areas, though, will be dry. Miami could see a couple of afternoon storms with highs in the upper 80s. Across the state of Texas, 90 in El Paso, upper 80s. Beautiful weather from Amarillo through the high plains. A little bit warmer here in South Texas, mid 90s, and that'll stretch all the way into Dallas as well. Kansas City, maybe a storm chance. High temperatures at 90 degrees for you tomorrow. And then cooler up towards Rapid City. 73 is your high temperature. Gorgeous. Picture perfect September weather for the Great Lakes. 80s, no humidity, sunshine from Green Bay to Chicago. Down to the southwest, hot in San Francisco, 90 degrees with sunshine tomorrow. Beautiful in LA, 78 with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Hot in Vegas, near 100, 105 for Phoenix. Cool weather from Denver to Salt Lake, maybe a storm chance in Denver, temperatures in the 70s. And then more beautiful weather stretching up and down the Pacific Northwest, very unusual for these areas. Mid 90s for Medford, Oregon, lots of sunshine, stunning. From Seattle to Portland, mid to upper 80s, lots of sunshine, and then a little bit cooler for the Intermountain West with a shower chance out towards Wyoming. For the overnight, 73 back here at home with a couple of clouds in the mix. As we get you into the day on Tuesday, 94 degrees, just an isolated shower chance. All in all, weather is going to be quiet here the next few days. On your 7-day forecast, I mean, things are pretty simple here. We'll do 94 again for your high temperature on Tuesday. Same deal for Wednesday, mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures start off in the low to mid 70s. We make our way rather to the mid 90s by the afternoon. Thursday, I think, could be the pick day of the week. A lot of sunshine coming up, 95 your high temperature. I don't think we see any rain chances there. Humidity is pretty tolerable for the afternoon as well, although temperatures will run above normal. By Friday, rain chances are back again. It's an isolated chance, but still something to keep an eye on for. 93 is your high temperature. Getting into the weekend, we'll do 94 for Saturday, 93 on Sunday. Both days will feature a mix of sunshine and clouds, maybe just a stray shower chance. And again, more isolated showers and storms possible for the start of next week, with maybe rain chances increasing by Tuesday and Wednesday as a storm system approaches the area. That's a look at your forecast here on KHOU 11+. Chief Meteorologist David Paul will have an update on what's brewing in the tropics. He'll have the latest on that system that's brewing out there coming up at 8 p.m. And then, of course, a full update on this forecast and what to expect here over the next week on the KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching.